I just wanted to give an update on my reading progress with Throne of Glass. I started The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. I read the first two, it says they're novellas, but they're really like short stories because the first one is like 70 pages long and the second one is like only 35 pages, maybe. So they're really short, but so far it's really enjoyable. I like Selena, I don't know how to say her name. Selena's character. And is it too early to already be shipping people? Because I kind of am. I really like a good rivals to lovers trope, and her and Sam are really cute. It's very wholesome, like first love type thing, even though they don't realize it yet. And I've also seen a name that someone had already spoiled for me, so I know she comes up later in the series, and I can already see how Sarah J. Maas is foreshadowing what's going to happen later on in the series through this book. So I'm really excited to keep reading. I'm about a quarter of the way through. So yeah, excited to keep going. I'm enjoying it so far. I was worried because somebody said that the first couple of books are really hard to get through in this series, and so far it's really easy reading and it's been so enjoyable. So we'll see if that continues. So I'm halfway through The Assassin's Blade, and I really don't understand why people say this is one of their least favorite books in the series, because I'm enjoying it a lot. There's more world building in it than I thought there would be. I love a good character study, and this is literally just a building of Selena Sardathian's character. And you're getting little snippets of other characters that I'm assuming will come up later in the series, because there seems to be quite a bit of foreshadowing. There's themes about female empowerment. It's really good so far. I'm really enjoying it, and I can't wait to finish it. I'll probably finish it in the next day or two. Yeah, really enjoying it. Can't wait to get to Throne of Glass. Y'all, I know something bad is coming. I shouldn't have shipped two characters so early. They're so cute together, but I've literally got that much left. I just feel something awful in the pit of my stomach. I know it's not good. I know I'm gonna regret having invested myself in characters this soon. Sarah J. Maas, why do you do this to us though? But why? Good morning. I finished The Assassin's Blade, and it was excellent. I enjoyed it so much more than I thought I was going to, especially after seeing other people's reviews of it, but it was so good. For those of you who don't know, this is about Selena Sardathian, and this is her prequel story for Throne of Glass. And basically, she's working for Arabin Hamel, I think is how you say his name, in the Assassin's Guild, and she's been working for him since he rescued her and basically like made her an indentured servant when she was like 8 years old, and he's been like guiding her and training her, and he's made her his protege, and she is this like prodigy assassin, 16 years old, and she's got a name for herself, which is ridiculous if you think about it, but this was written by a 16-year-old, so it makes total sense. But it actually is really good, and the nice thing about her is that, she really does seem 16. Like, she's 16 but with baggage. Like, if you were to have gone through what she's gone through, you totally would act the same way that she does. And she still has that arrogance of a 16-year-old. She's kind of petty, and she just clearly lives in the mind of a 16-year-old who just has seen a lot of life. But anyway, so in this book, it follows 5 different short novella stories where it starts where she starts questioning Arabin Hamel's, I guess, his motives and what she's doing with him and why she still stays on with him, and how she hopes to escape him one day. And it follows her and her friend Sam, who they were rivals with Arab and Hamel. She was his protege, and Sam was kind of like next in line, kind of. So it's really good. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed, there's a little bit of romance in it. That was so sweet, wholesome, just, oh, it was perfect. And there's tons of action and adventure. There's more world building in it than I expected there to be for short stories and novellas, but I really got a sense for the world in this and the politics that are brewing. I'm curious to know more about the actual Throne of Glass and the Kingdom of Adarlan, which I'm assuming we'll get in the first book, Throne of Glass. So yeah, excited to see that. I do have some theories. So Selena's character is very mysterious. Like, she's rescued by Arabin when she's really young. You know that she's from Terrassen, but you don't know anything else about her. And I have a theory that she's like really a princess, because the way Arabin treats her is very princess-like. I mean, obviously he's teaching her how to kill and stuff, and he beats the crap out of her, but he like showers her with gifts and presents, and she eats that shit up. So I have a feeling that she comes from money. If she's not a princess, she's real high up there. And yeah, I'm excited to see how all of this unfolds. There was a lot of foreshadowing in this, I'm sure, about things that were going to happen. I know there were names that pop up in later books, and just the way that some stories weren't completely resolved, I have a feeling those will get resolved throughout the series. So I'm excited to see those wrap up in the series. And yeah, on to the next one. So next up, Throne of Glass. Yay! Hi, reading update. I'm about 150 pages into Throne of Glass, and I have some thoughts. First of all, everybody said that this book was like one of the worst ones. It's hard to get into. I found it actually to be pretty decent. Like, we're getting into the action of things now. She's just starting the competition. It did take a little while for us to get into that part of it, so I guess that did take a little bit, but I found all of it really interesting. It's all building on the world and the characters. We're following Selena, the crown prince, who is Dorian, and his captain of the guard, which is Kale, I think is how you pronounce his name. Kale, Cole, however you say it. And I think that Kale is probably the only mature character in this story so far. I like Selena and Dorian, and I actually think they're kind of cute together. Like, they have this banter and whatnot, but I think Kale would be better for her. Because oh, a bouncy ball under the couch. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. I'm back. So as I was saying, Dorian and Selena are both kind of immature. I mean, they're supposed to be young. I guess maybe they're younger than Kale is. I don't know. But Selena always, in Assassin's Blade, I said it, she was very 16. Now she's got the year of being a slave under her belt, which has hardened her a little bit. And I think it's taught her a little bit more humility, but she's still pretty damn arrogant. Like, she knows she's the shit, and she is okay with that. And good on for her. She's the shit. She should know that she's the shit. But she also is just very, like, very vain. She's so vain. I think that's one of the best parts of her character, is how vain she is. It's such an imperfection, and I love that. And Dorian is kind of the same way. He's like clearly the pampered prince. He obviously is not a bad person. Like, you can tell there's good in him, but he's been raised his entire life a certain way, and it shows. And he also has never been told no a day in his life, clearly. So his interactions with Selena are hilarious. So I'm really enjoying so far getting to know these three characters. I have a feeling they're going to be with us for a while. They also introduced Princess Nehemiah, who is like becoming a friend of hers, and I already am like on the fence about Selena having girlfriends, because the last one that she had totally betrayed her, and I'm not about girlfriends betraying other girlfriends. So hopefully this one works out better for her. Princess Nehemiah seems like she's going to be a badass. So I'm really excited to see more strong female characters coming out of this, because right now there's just Selena and the rest of them are all men. Or boys, whatever. So we'll see how this goes. All right, I am halfway through Throne of Glass, exactly halfway through. And so far, I am really enjoying myself reading this. It is a lot of fun. I am not sure whether I enjoy, because I don't love a love triangle, and it definitely feels like there's a love triangle thing happening between Kale, Dorian, and Selena. And I like both Dorian and Kale too much to see one or the other hurt, honestly. So I'm not sure how I feel about that yet, but I do like where the story is going. It's taken a turn for the creepy with the visit from the first Queen of Darlin's ghost to her in her dreams, and these weird marks and these creepy murders that are taking place and the evil that is haunting the castle. So that's interesting. And she just got out of the library and she's feeling some creepy things happening around her. And I mean, are there zombies in this book? Because there's witches, there's fae, there's mentions of like magical creatures, and the Darlin Empire's symbol is a wyvern, so I'm wondering if that's going to come up at one point. We've got some kind of portal magic happening of some sort, so are zombies that impossible? I don't know, maybe. So yeah, halfway through Throne of Glass, I'm really enjoying it, and I'm going to keep on going and update you guys when I'm done. Oh my god, this book has me giggling. My son is asleep, but I'm reading, and the banter between Dorian and Selena is just great. She's trying to convince him while she's on her period to read a romance novel, like a smutty book. It's so great. I'm loving every moment of this. I am eating it up. Hi, I finished Throne of Glass. It was so good. I enjoyed this so much. So I like through the last part of it, I started reading, there's like a ballroom scene, and I'm reading this, and I keep thinking to myself, I'm like, this is like Cinderella, but a little backwards. And I looked it up, and apparently it is a Cinderella retelling. So woo on me for figuring that out. I really enjoyed this one. There was lots of action and adventure. There's, this like mystery thriller aspect to it with the murders, and you've got the romance between her and Dorian, and kind of sort of with Kale, and which I'm still not happy about a love triangle, but it looks like she's letting Dorian go, which I can get on board with, because I really honestly, like, I could see Dorian and Nehemiah being together, because I think Selena's right. Like, he's a prince, he has to be with someone that it's good for the kingdom and for the betterment of the people. And if he's with Nehemiah, then they can maybe, like, I don't know. I kind of like that. I kind of like the idea of him being with Nehemiah and maybe Selena and Cole being given a chance. But yeah, I also like the character for one of the champions, Knox. He was like her ally, and he ends up disappearing. I'm hoping that he's gonna come back. But yeah, I really enjoyed this book. It was so much fun. So much fun. I think I'm rating it a 4.5 stars. Not a 5-star because of that love triangle. Like I said, love triangles just are not my thing. But otherwise, this was a pretty, like, impressive debut fantasy novel, especially if it's written by a 16-year-old. I was not writing stuff like this at 16, let me tell you something. So I'm highly impressed. I'm gonna be putting down Throne of Glass for a little bit to catch up on some other reads, and then I'm gonna be picking up Crown of Midnight, and I will update you guys when I get started on that. Bye! All right, it is craziness over here, but I am getting some reading done. I am finally getting back to the world of Sarah J. Maas and Selena Sardathian in the Crown of Midnight. This is the third book in the Throne of Glass series. I'm excited to get started. It's been a couple of weeks since I was last in this world, and of course I lost my my blue post-it notes that I was using, so I have to use these fancy tabbies that I was planning on saving for another book, but I guess it's gonna be this one. So fancy tabbies and all for my Throne of Glass read. And we're gonna go ahead and get started. Yay! Good morning. I didn't get very far into Crown of Midnight, but I'm like convinced. I had a theory, I don't know if it was in Throne of Glass or Assassin's Blade, that Selena is like a princess from, what is the name of that country? Terrassen. So I think she's a princess from Terrassen, and I have my reasons. So she keeps talking about this name, like her true name. So apparently she had a name, before Arab and Hamel picked her up, she had a different name, and now her name is Selena. So she's hiding what her true name is, and I think that's because she's really royalty, and she doesn't want the king to catch on that he didn't kill her. And she talks about her parents being murdered in their beds and stuff like that, which makes me believe that like they were important enough that they had to be murdered in their beds. So yeah, I think that she's royalty. Also, the titles of the book: Crown, Throne, Heir, Queen, Empire, like Kingdom, like all of these things make me believe that she is really a queen, like she's really a princess who, and her destiny is to take over and like defeat this awful conqueror and take her country back. So yeah, we'll see if I'm right. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm right. I didn't look at any spoilers, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Good morning. Yesterday I got 100 pages into Crown of Midnight, and my friends, they've already mentioned Sam, my boy Sam, and I'm like so sad. Every time I see his name come up, I cry a little. I'm still not over it. And just another thing, so sometimes I think that Selena is like the worst assassin in the world. Like, she can't even kill these people. She's setting them free. And then when she's like going through something, like she's going through this office or whatever, she gets caught. Like every time that she's on an actual mission, she gets caught doing what she's supposed to be doing. And she can't even kill people. She like sets them free. So is she really the best assassin? I'm not so sure. I still love her. And I think she's a badass. Like, she can clearly take care of herself. But like, my girl gets caught a lot for someone who only has a few missions every once in a while. I'll keep you guys updated. Good morning. I did not make it halfway through this book last night. I had to fall asleep. There was just no way, and I had so many things to do, so I didn't get as much reading done as I wanted to. I'm hoping today maybe I will get more reading done. But I did read to chapter 22 in Crown of Midnight, and exciting things are happening. Dorian has magic. And magic seems to be real. There's talking doorknobs. Like, obviously the magic is not all gone in this world. The king just is trying to make people believe that. There's also this mention of the black rings, so I think like he's controlling people with magic maybe. Maybe he wants to be the only one who has magic. I don't know. But I'm excited to see where all of this is going. Hopefully, like I said, I get to read a little bit more today. I'm hoping to get done with this book in the next day or two. But yeah, it's really hooking me in. I'm excited to keep reading, and I'm enjoying it. Good evening. I am cozy in my pajamas and in bed. Little man is asleep. I've got some homeschool planning to do, and then I'm expecting to just keep on reading. I got to part 2 of this book, and seriously, like, why can't Selena just be happy? Why can't you just be happy? I just want her to be happy in life. I'm gonna keep reading this book, but it's looking really bleak, and I don't like that. I don't like that for my characters. I don't like how Selena is treating Kale. I don't like what Kale did. I don't like that Nehemiah is gone. And yeah, I'm hoping Dorian can fix it all with his like magical powers, because someone needs to fix it. Someone needs to fix things for Selena. Yeah, that's all. I'm gonna go ahead and read some more, go to bed, and I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning. I made it to page like 300. I've got that much left. I'm hoping that maybe today I can get it finished. If not, early tomorrow morning. I am gonna try and finish this one today. So far, so good. The representation of Selena's depression is just very accurate, and I like the way that that's being portrayed. And also, I knew it. I knew it. Guys, she's totally royalty. She comes from nobility in Terrasson. Kale has figured it out, and I knew it. I'm feeling very proud of myself. But also this line, to escape death, she become death. That is awesome. I mean, that is just epic writing right there. Come on now. Like, it's good. And what is with Sarah J. Maas and her damn riddles? I don't do well with riddles. I always want to know what they are and try and figure them out before everyone else, and I can't. I literally can't. I don't know how to do it. So, Akatar, riddle. Now, Crown of Midnight, riddle. I don't know about this, guys. I don't know about this riddle business. I don't like riddles. I mean, I like them, but I also don't like them because I suck at them. So, I'm not even going to try. I'm not even gonna try to figure out what this riddle means. I'm just gonna go with it and enjoy the ride. So I'll see you guys on the other side. Bye. So of course I bring my book and I didn't bring my pen, and like a super important chapter happens, of course. And so she basically like I dog-eared the page because it's gonna be important later on, and it's also like a reference to the Moss verse, however you say her name. How do you say her name? Anyway, it talks about the whole like universe that all of her books take place in, and it mentions the word keys, and the word gate. And I think that, first of all, the king has a word key for sure. I think Selena's gonna try and find at least one word key in this, and maybe in the next book she'll find the other one, or she's gonna steal the king's, whatever, one of these options. But also, I think that the word gate is that creepy ass building structure thing that gives her the heebie-jeebies with the gargoyles on it. I think that's the word gate for sure, and that's why the king built his castle where he built it. So yeah, super important chapter. And of course I forgot my pen for my annotating purposes. Of course I did. Yo, I have like almost nothing left of this book. But the reveals in like the last 50 pages? What? Selena is a freaking fae? What? So not only is she a princess, she's a fae princess? I can't. I have like Gecko on in the background. He's like the worst background music for this damn book, but it is getting so good. I cannot wait. I'm gonna finish this tonight. It's gonna be bedtime soon, so I have to get little man ready for bed. But as soon as I'm done, screw cleaning the kitchen, I gotta read this. This is what has to happen. So, I've got like 30 pages left of this book, and the little guy is asleep. The husband's watching him. I'm gonna try and finish it. Shh. And we'll see how it goes. Okay. Oh, wow. So, finished with Crown of Midnight. Excellent. It was so good. Totally guessed that ending. Just saying. Not upset about it. Just guessed it. Not the Fae part. Did not see that coming. I mean, I thought she had magic like Dorian, but I didn't think she was Fae. So that's interesting. I've got other books to read, so I have to put this on hold. No. Why do I do this to myself? All right, I am going to probably think about this for weeks until I can read Air of Fire because I can't wait. I can't wait. All right, guys, it is happening. I am finally, it's been weeks, months, a month, over a month, I don't even know, but I am finally starting Air of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. I am so excited. After the way that Crown of Midnight ended, I cannot wait to start this. It's like just been on my mind, and I keep putting it aside for other things, and then I'm like, but why? So we wait no more. We're gonna get started. I am so excited, and let's begin. So I'm 100 pages in, and this is why the, like, what are they called? People have spoiled the book for me. Like, they have, but they haven't. I know the names, and I kind of know, like, people are being shipped together and things like that. So I have officially met Manon and Rowan, and I thought that Manon was supposed to be like a protagonist, but right now it seems like she's one of the antagonists. Like, she's going to be working with the King of Darlin. So interesting. And then Rowan, like, yeah, we get it, he's a hot Fae guy. All of the Fae guys are hot, but like, I think he's supposed to end up being one of Selena's like love interests, and I just don't see it right now. Like, he's just kind of an asshole. I mean, we're 100 pages in, so I haven't really gotten to know him very well, but what I do know, I don't see the chemistry there that I saw between her and Dorian or her and Kale. So I guess we'll see what happens with that. All right, I don't remember where I left off I think it was like at 50 pages or so, maybe it was 100 pages. I am now 200 pages into Air of Fire, and I'm really enjoying it. I think the last I spoke, I wasn't feeling Rowan too much. I think he's gonna grow on me. I'm hoping it's gonna be a true slow burn between him and Selena. I can see how something might be brewing there, although once again, like with this Fae human thing, he's a lot older than her. I kind of have to like put that aside because it was the same thing in ACOTAR with Reese and Feyre. She's like 19 and he's like 500 something, which is kind of icky when you think about it. But I mean, Edward, Bella, like, it's been going on forever. Can't we just have them be with someone new for once? I don't know. Anyway, but I think he's gonna grow on me. I don't think he's quite the asshole that he is portrayed to be at the very beginning. Yeah, I think that's growing on me. I like what's going on with Edian's character, her cousin. I was really excited to see where that's going. And Kale, I don't know. Guy just needs to learn how to communicate better. He really does, and not be so repressed. Poor Kale. I don't know. I just don't know about him. I just don't know what's gonna happen with him. Dorian, I'm loving Dorian. I'm loving this new character that he's building a romance with, Sorsha, however you say her name. I think she's great. But Manon, I'm still kind of confused by her. Like, is she a villain? Am I supposed to be rooting for her? I don't know, because we're in her perspective, but we've also gotten perspectives from the king and from like Arab and Hamel at the end of Assassin's Blade. So it's not like Sarah J. Maas is not giving us an in to the antagonists' heads. So I'm just wondering if she is an antagonist or a protagonist. It's kind of hard to tell. When she gets her wyverns, I know, there's dragons. I'm so excited. But yeah, when she gets her wyvern, you know, she finally when she gets her wyvern, it's almost like she's a morally gray character. Like, yeah, she's bad, but also she's got a heart of gold. She's the bad guy with a heart of gold. Like, does that make sense? Eyes of gold. But no, yeah, I don't know what's going on with her character. I don't know whether I'm supposed to root for her or not. She's like clearly fighting on the side of evil right now, and she doesn't seem to care about that. So that's interesting. And the witches are notoriously creepy and yucky. I didn't like Baba Yellowlegs, and none of the other witches are endearing me at all. Not even Manon, whatever her name is. But yeah, and I know that I have said before that Celaena is not always the most, not that she's not badass, because she has moments. In every book, she has moments where she is badass. But for the most part, she fails pretty miserably, like a lot. And yeah, she turns into a fae again, and she does something badass, and I'm like, okay, so is she only badass when she's fae? I don't know. I don't completely understand what's happening with Celaena's character. I still like her a lot, but I don't understand why everyone thinks she's like this super huge badass, because our girl is like failing miserably all the time. She can't like kill people. She can't keep the people she needs to alive. She can't turn into a fae whenever she wants to. You know, she's young. She's gonna grow into it. I'm sure of it. But yeah, I think it's expecting a lot of her to be queen when she can't do these simple things. So hopefully, I mean, there's still 4 more books to go. So I'm assuming she has a lot of character growth to go through. And I'm hoping Rowan will beat some sense into her, because she needs to get her head out of her butt if she wants to get going on all the things that she wants to accomplish in life. So yeah, that is my long-winded 200-page update, and I'm going to keep reading. I'm not even halfway through this book yet. I'm basically reading about 50 pages a day. That's where I'm at right now in my life. So it's going to take me a minute, because this is, let's see, 565 pages. So basically it takes me like 11 days to read. Yeah, that sounds about right. So I'm going to keep on reading, and I will update you guys when I get to probably like the 300-page marker. All right. Okay, so we are getting to a part where Rowan and Selena have finally like come to terms with one another, and Rowan's actually being really cute. I can get on board with Rowan and Selena. It's cute. It's really cute. Okay, so we just got to a part where they're talking about the kahanam or something like that, where like it's basically like, I don't know, your partner. It seems like it's an even more rare occurrence than a mating for phase, and of course I'm like, this is how they're gonna be connected, because obviously he can't be her mate because he already mated with someone, but like they're gonna have an even more strong connection than mating. So I'm assuming that she's gonna be his kahranam, or he's gonna be her kahranam, or whatever, however you say that. But yeah, it looks like they're gonna fight together, and that's how they're gonna be bonded. I'm cool with that. I can live with that. Okay, so Manon, whatever her name is. I haven't been super invested in her story this whole time, but I have to say that the way Sarah J. Maas writes her scenes is so cinematic. Like, I can totally picture what's happening in my head. I just don't know whether I want to care for her or not. Maybe because I'm like, if I care about her and then she's not good, I'm gonna be very upset. So, yeah, I do think that her scenes are very compelling though. Like they're written so well, almost better than Selena's scenes are written. So really interesting. Just thought I'd share, and I'm gonna get back to reading. Okay, it's theorizing time. So we finally got Selena's backstory, what happened to her the night her parents died. And first of all, heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking. And Sarah J. Maas has a way of writing action scenes. She just does. She's really, really good at it. If you haven't read a Sarah J. Maas book, definitely read it for that, because she really does have a way with those kinds of scenes. But I have a theory. So Arab Hamel is the one who finds her, and I kind of think I've had this theory for a while. I don't know if I've mentioned it yet or not, but I think that Arab Hamel is the one who was sent by the king to kill her parents and her. And instead of killing her, he just kind of like remakes her in his image. But she has like this amulet that was given to her, and she loses it when she's running from the assassin that's come to kill her. And I think that he has the amulet still. Like, I'm willing to bet money that he is the assassin and he has the amulet that belongs to her. And she's gonna find it and she's gonna be furious. So, and then she's gonna burn the world down, like burn his whole life to the ground. And I cannot wait for it. So anyway, that's where I'm at. I am about 450 pages in. I've still got about 100 pages left. I have a feeling I'm gonna finish it in the next day or two. And yeah, I am really enjoying the story. It is getting so good. All right, I have about 30 pages left in this book, and yeah, there have been some juicy revelations, things that I totally called, like that Arabin Hamel has her little amulet or whatever. Totally saw that coming. Did not see that it was a word key though. That's pretty cool. I'm assuming that the next book is going to be her trying to get that back from Arabin Hamel, because I don't see how she's going to be able to do that in 30 pages. So I'm assuming that's what the third book is going to be. She's also got to get back to Rifthold. So yeah, I am going to go ahead and finish this, and then I will come back to you with final thoughts on this book. All right, so I have finished Air of Fire by Sarah J. Maas, and I have some thoughts. This was probably my least favorite book so far in that series. Yeah, I just didn't enjoy it nearly as much. It took me forever to get through it. And yeah, the ending was strong. It was a good ending, but I don't think it makes up for all of the stuff that was going on before that made it a slog to get through. I'd probably say this is about a 3.5-star read compared to all the other ones that have been 4.5 stars. So that's kind of a big deal. And I heard that it gets really good in this one, and I just didn't see that happen. I liked seeing more magic. I liked meeting Rowan. I wasn't that fond of Manon until the very end. Like, I honestly, like, her chapters maybe could have been less. I don't know. Dorian's story was good. Kale's story, I liked that. But I had a hard time moving through this one. So I'm having a hard time saying that this was a great book. I'm hoping Queen of Shadows is better. I am gonna end the vlog here on Air of Fire because this has gotten very long, and I need a little bit of a break, honestly, after Air of Fire. So I think I'm gonna take a little break, read a couple of other things, and then come back to Queen of Shadows, and I will share with you guys then. But so far, I really am, as a whole, excuse my son. As a whole, I really am enjoying the series, and I'm excited to continue it. I just don't know whether it's going to beat, like, ACOTAR is a 4-star series for me because the first book and the novella really did absolutely nothing for me. And that's like almost a third of the series. So, but the second book and the sixth book, or the fifth book, yeah, the second book and the fifth book are 5-star reads for me. So, and then the third book was actually a 4.5-star read. So it was honestly really, really good too. I just didn't enjoy it as much as the second and the fourth book. So, I was hoping that this series would surpass that, but so far I haven't even gotten a 5-star book from it yet, and we're halfway through the series. So I guess we will see. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with Throne of Glass. Thank you for coming along with me on this journey, and I cannot wait to continue it with you. I will see you in the next video. Bye.